It's the Game of the Week, brought to you by the Montana Chevy Dealers. And sponsored by the Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. And Wayland Tire.
From Lewiston, Idaho, this is the Montana Chevy Dealers Game of the Week. It's the Frontier Conference Women's Basketball Championship game as LC State takes on Providence. I'm with the legendary coach of LC State, Brian Orr. How good is women's basketball in the Frontier this season?
Well, it's not just this season, Rocky. I think year after year, this is the most competitive league across the country. And you know, one thing about it, every game, you better be playing your best basketball because you're going to get a fight.
Win or lose, you're still going to head to Billings for the NAIA National Tournament. This is the fourth time this season that you've met Providence. What are going to be the keys for the Warriors to come out on top?
Well, the biggest key is we got to control the defensive boards. If they get second and third shots like they did the last game, then it's going to be a tough night for us. The other thing is they shoot the ball extremely well from the perimeter, so we've got to get to three-point shooters. We've got to run at them. Can't make them can't give them open looks. And then on our end, we've got to make shots. You know, basketball's a game of makes.
How proud are you of your ladies this year?
Oh, I'm really proud of them. You know, Providence is really, they've got probably the best starting lineup in the league. And the fact that we were able to beat them twice already, you know, it says a lot about our girls. And I know this is a big game for both teams.
It's going to be a great game tonight. They'll play for the Frontier Conference title.
Mike Tatko back in Lewiston with the head coach of the University of Providence, Bill Himmelberg, as we get ready for the Frontier Conference Championship game. Coach, you know, we did your game on February 21st up at Great Falls against Western. That was a big weekend. You were 15-11 at that point, and some people thought that you might not be able to get into the tournament, but since then, you've gone 5 for 6. You swept that weekend. You have 2 road conference wins in the tournament. What's been the difference?
You know, the big difference for us is we just kind of had our backs to the wall. The girls had to perform, and we've been playing well all year. We just haven't been able to get over the hump in a few close games. So the big thing for us is coming together, following the game plan. The girls made sure that, you know, we're doing all the little things right. We're rebounding, getting loose balls, and that's kind of been an important thing for us. And then playing together on the offensive end. I think we're really sharing the ball well, moving it well, and we're really hard to guard when we do that.
Fourth time you'll play Lewis Clark State tonight. You do have a win against them on this court. They have a win against you here, and then also one up at Great Falls. What would you say the keys to the game are for the Argos tonight?
You know, we're really going to have to get back defensively. They're going to push the ball and try and shoot the ball early in the shot clock. It's going to be a key for us to make sure we get up and contest those shots. We can't let them go off from the three-point line. So they're really going to do that. We need to make sure we block off, get loose balls, and then execute on the offensive end. We're going to need to move the ball a little bit inside and out and be able to make some outside shots.
Regardless of what happens tonight, more than likely you're going to be in the national tournament next week in Billings, so congratulations on that. Looking forward to finally playing somebody else.
No question about that. I mean, it is a brutal season. Like you said, this is our 4th time going to be playing LC here. I thought we played well here the first time on the court. They got us in an end of the game shot, and that was an exciting game. And then second time we had to come back and got them here. So we're pretty confident on this court, but it's going to be nice to get away from playing each other. And I'm just kind of glad this will be the last time we see a conference opponent this year, and we'll be able to get back hopefully and do some damage at that national tournament.
All right, Coach Himmelberg, thanks for your time and best wishes tonight.
All right, thank you.
We're back to Lewiston, Idaho after this timeout.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck Month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. So stop in today and let us find the right set of Michelin tires for you. If you value longevity, check out the Michelin Defender family, Michelin's longest lasting family of tires on the road. Whether you drive a car, minivan, SUV, or truck, you'll be able to do more for more miles. Come visit our team of experts at Wayland Tire so we can match you with the right tire for the way you drive.
Wayland Tire, we know tires.
The famous Meat Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Over a pound of meat and cheese for just $10. It's more pepperoni for your penny, more beef for your buck, more. You get the idea. Get yours delivered now at PizzaHut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
Life can be a bumpy road here in Montana. We know. We're Allegiance, and we live here too. Today's healthcare maze can be confusing. We can help you get through it. We're small enough to care, big enough to make a difference, and backed by the nation's leading healthcare benefits company. We've been helping Montana businesses and their employees with employee benefits for 35 years. So you can count on us. Your benefits at work. Allegiance.
Well, last night we had the men's Frontier Conference Championship. Tonight, Mike, we got the women's game, and the top two seeded teams did not make it to the championship. Number 3, LC State at home, up against number 5, Red Hot Providence.
Well, both road warriors in this conference tournament. Providence winning 2 road games. Lewis-Clark State going to Dillon and beating Western for the second time in just a couple of weeks. And so these two teams have earned to be where they are tonight.
The winner, the Frontier Conference champion, but win or lose, they both head to Billings soon for the Division I NAIA National Tournament. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, the Allegiance Benefits Plus starting lineup. Maldonado, that outstanding guard, and the Cartwrights, the sisters, they've got some fans here because they're nearby family.
Yeah, 2.5 hours from Pasco. They have a construction company. They shut it down for the day and said, we're going to Lewiston.
You gotta love that. Lewis-Clark State, the Warriors are in the white. Providence, the Argos are in the dark blue. And the 2020 Frontier Conference Women's Championship game is officially underway. And down low, Burlick, she had a big game. She lost it. Taken away. Maldonado will bring it up quickly. Randish, they force it down low, and it's taken away.
Well, they want to do that. They want to go in deep. And Lewis-Clark State wants to do that. They want to bat everything they can.
Burlick from the baseline, though. Burlick shooting 54% from the field. That is 10th best in the nation. Now, this Providence team, they like to put up the 3. How about 840 three-point attempts on the season? They average more than 9 made threes. Ezeri gets it down low, and she scores. And she only shoots 64% from the field, and that is second best in NAIA Division I women's college basketball. Three-pointer on the way short. Providence with the lead. How important is it, Mike, to get off to a good start in this title game?
Well, it is. I mean, both people are going to play tight defense. If you can get a lead, get a little momentum, look out.
Of course, this is the 4th time they've met this season. January 18th in Lewiston, LC State won 61-60. In Great Falls on February 11th, LC State won 74-64. And Burlage, number 23, is their leading scorer. Then back on February 13th here in Lewiston, Providence won 73-65. So LC State won 2 of the 3, and the three-pointer is in. And that is Burlage. And that is her 25th 3. And she's hitting 43% on her threes on the course of the season. And Souvenir will bring it back the other way. And they're not picking up Burlage right up on top.
Yeah, if she can knock one of those down, that'll get him out of that defense real close.
Johnson was wide open on that 3, and that's her 13th of the year.
You mentioned that 61-60 game here that Lewis-Clark State won early. Providence led in that game 20-0.
That's amazing. Souvenir on the drive. Souvenir takes it down low. They kick it back out. Nielsen, three-pointer. Wow. This game is tied at 5 after a 5-0 lead by Providence. LC State comes back and ties it up. They force it down low to Burlage. And Burlage is from Columbia Falls, Montana, 6-foot junior. Leads her team, averaging almost 16 points a game on the season. So Providence scored the first 5 of the game. LC State comes back, and LC State on the turnover
And they want to get Nielsen off. She had 35 against Providence in the time that Providence won the game. And Coach Brian Orr said after the game, we couldn't even celebrate that amazing feat in the locker room because we lost the game.
Souvenir with it up on top, lost her dribble. LC State scores here. They've got their first lead. Edmondson gets around Randish, gets open, can't get to finish. And a rebound, Bailey Cartwright. All 5 starters for Providence out of Great Falls are from the state of Washington, which is nearby. Cartwright open from 3, not going to take the shot. Gets it off to her sister Kennedy, and she gets it rejected out of bounds.
Yeah, usually you'll see the shorter Cartwright, Kennedy throwing it into the taller Cartwright. Bailey, that was a reversal there, and it was blocked out of bounds by the Warriors.
And my color commentator Mike had the Providence women at his house this afternoon. Down low, Essery misses the shot. LC State on the rebound. He wants to get to know the teams really well before broadcast time, and that extra effort, Mike, that's very impressive.
Well, I have ties to both of these teams, and it's a no-lose situation for me tonight.
Edmondson lost it, taken away. And Cartwright had it, loose ball. Souvenir with the steal. Nielsen, another 3, her second of the game. She's hit 52 on the season, and after being down 5-0, now it's 8-5. LC State has taken the lead, an 8-0 run for the Warriors in this 2020 Frontier Conference Women's Championship game. Providence needs to answer. They haven't scored in a while. Molinado with it up on top, fakes left, comes right. 2-pointer off the glass. No, she's fouled, and Molinado to the free throw line, an 80% free throw shooter, and that is best on the team. A 5'5" junior from Sunnyside, Washington. So why does Providence have all these Washington players?
I think Bill's got some connections in the state of Washington, maybe through high schools and AAU teams, and it's paid off for them last 2 years. They're going to go to nationals last year and this year too.
Well, how about the Frontier Conference this year has been so impressive. They might have 5 teams in Billings next week for that NAIA championship game. The Frontier Conference teams' non-conference combined win-loss record, how about 61-18? The teams combined to win almost 80% of their non-conference games. Johnson will bring it up. Warriors out on top by 1. Johnson, a 6'2" junior guard, dumps it inside. Farmer comes in for the first time. Edmondson for 3, it's short. Molinado, they want to push it up. These are 2 of the highest scoring teams in the Frontier Conference on the season. Providence comes in averaging 75. LC State averages 70. Ezery swings it back out. Randish taken away. On the steal, Farmer coast to coast. The layup, Molinado with the foul. Farmer to the free throw line. Well, after a slow start for the Warriors, down 5-0, they score 8 straight. They're up by 1. Farmer, a 78% free throw shooter at the line to get 2. Molinado, her first foul, and that's the first foul of the game for Providence. 5:16 left to be played in the first. Farmer, only a sophomore, 5'10", from Brookings Harbor, Oregon.
In that game that Lewis Clark State won 61-60, they were 19 of 20 from the line.
Well, that's impressive. You're going to win a lot of games when you shoot 95% from the free throw line.
Especially one-point games.
A 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead for Providence. Molinado, Cartwright, Bailey. Molinado picked up by Farmer. Molinado bounce pass down low. Great steal by Johnson. She started 30 of the 31 games this year taken away. Molinado back the other way. Pemberton in the game for the first time. Another steal for Abby Johnson. Farmer will bring it up. 2-point lead, LC. We're midway through quarter number 1 of the 2020 Frontier Conference Women's Championship game. The men were in action last night. LC State won big over Carroll, 75-54. LC State now 29-3 on the year. Edmondson is short. Molinado will bring it back. It's been a while since Providence has scored in this Frontier Conference championship game. Maldonado, Cartwright to Cartwright. Number 32 is Bailey Cartwright. 23 is Kennedy Cartwright. They are sisters. Bailey, a grad student on the drive. Bailey is fouled from Concordia College in Portland. And she's going to be one of the last students from that school to graduate.
Yeah.
It is a 2-point game in the women's championship. We're back with more right after this.
P1FCU Champions for Change are members passionate about making our communities stronger. We are asking you to be a part of the change. Visit a P1FCU branch and donate to a Champions for Change nonprofit, and P1FCU will match it. Together, we can build a brighter tomorrow. To meet our Champions for Change, visit p1fcu.org/champions. P1FCU, it's your community and we're your credit union.
The 64th annual Avista NAIA World Series Memorial Day weekend. See ya in 2020. Come watch the top 10 NAIA teams battle for the championship title right here at Harris Field. Brought to you by Happy Day Restaurants, P1FCU, Joe Hall Ford, Guardian Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Well, Providence is shooting 50%. They've out-rebounded LC State 7-1 in this first quarter, but 7 turnovers hurts them, Mike.
Yeah, I really like the way Coach Orr's team is swiping at those balls. They're trying to feed the post. They're trying to get it into Essery and Cartwright, which they've had success with all year long. And I think the Warriors are playing really long, and they're batting a lot of balls away.
Bailey Cartwright at the line, averaging 14 points a game, with 72% free throw shooter. She started in 31 of their 31 games this season. Providence has won in the quarterfinals on the road. They won in the semis on the road, trying to win the championship on the road.
You mentioned she was at Concordia of Portland. That school is closing at the end of this calendar year. So tough deal for the folks in Portland.
Boy, that's sad. Our second tie of the game, we're tied at 9 with 3:41 left to be played. This is quarter number 1. Burling lost her dribble. Swings it back out. Edmondson gets in the lane. Crossover move, scoop shot, counted. Wow. That was impressive. And she gets her first 2 points of this championship. Cartwright trying to make something happen, lost her dribble. Pepperton. Cartwright, that's Kennedy Cartwright with the 3. Unable to find rim. Warriors will get it right back. 2 evenly matched teams here. And how strong is this Frontier Conference?
Well, I think we're going to get 5 again like we did last year. And, boy, you know, Montana Western won it all. So no reason not to get 5 more this year.
Selection process will take place tomorrow. It's an honor for me to introduce all 32 teams at the banquet in Billings. And then during round number 1, Providence scores here. They take the lead. Hazard of the game. Drives baseline, throws it right into the hands of Berlin. And the Warriors are bringing it right back. LC State in the white. Providence in the dark blue. 2-point lead Warriors. 2.5 left to be played here in the first. Burlage is going to back her way and gives it up. Burlage goes one-on-one with Essery. What a battle that is between 2 great players. And Burlage forces the shot. Essery with the foul, and she's going to get 2 at the line. An 81% free throw shooter, and that is the best on this team.
Burlage in the 3 games against the Warriors, 18 of 19. 3 games against the Argos, 18 of 19 from the free throw line.
6-foot junior out of Columbia Falls, Montana. 2:22 left to be played. First quarter. 3-point lead for the Warriors. They come in 21-9. They're 13-3 at home. They won their first 10 home games. They lost to Carroll College here twice, and they lost to Providence. They played the Lady Grizz in Missoula, only lost to the University of Montana by 12 points, 81-69. Behind the back dribble by Hazard. Left side, Pemberton. Molinado with it up on top. The Warriors now playing a zone. Molinado gets free. There's been a couple of air balls put up by Providence in this first quarter.
Rushing a little bit. They're not getting it into the post, and so the guards are feeling like they need to shoot, and they have missed badly on a couple tries.
Edmondson lost the dribble. Edmondson gets it back, forces the shot. Oh, my. Biggest lead of the game. 15-9. LC State out on top. 98 seconds left to be played in the first. Cartwright, hard to the hole, no. Big rebound, Burlage. And LC State trying to find some distance here. Nielsen with it outside of three. Edmondson with it up on top. Nielsen hit 2 threes, leads her team with 6. Down low, double team. Nielsen finds herself open. 8 points in the game for Jamie Nielsen, the 5'10 senior out of Smithfield, Idaho. 17-9 for the home team here in quarter number 1. Under a minute left to be played in the first. Molinado works against that zone. Hazard wide open. Why not? In and out, no. That would have been huge. And a whistle and a foul on the rebound. And Providence, 2 of 7 from the field in this first quarter. LC State, 6 of 12.
And they're on a 17-4 run, are the Warriors. Remember, they were down 5-0.
Bailey Cartwright back at the free throw line. Bailey with 2 points in the game, both from the free throw line, where she's 2 for 2. And Bailey gets that one to go. She averages 9.5 rebounds a game, 20th best in the NAIA. Also leads her team in block shots. Bailey, second shot, no. Rebound, coming out of nowhere. Edmondson, 7-point lead for the Warriors. And 17 points here in this first quarter. 30 seconds left on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock. Nielsen leads everybody with 8 points, gives it up to Farmer. Burlage, she'll drive against Ezeri, throws it up, no. 19 seconds to go here in the first. Molinado. Can Providence get off a decent shot? Ezeri down low, makes a great catch and gets it to go, and that was huge. It makes it a 5-point game with 5 seconds. Deep, deep three. Edmondson, that's short. And the quarter is going to come to an end. Warriors lead by 5 at the end of 1, 17-12. We're back with the second right after this.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there are heavy metals, tin and aluminum, lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
When traveling to Lewiston, Idaho for business or pleasure, come visit us downtown at the Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Spacious rooms appointed with great amenities such as refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, free Wi-Fi, and more. Start your day with our free hot breakfast as you discover all the great recreation and shopping that Lewiston has to offer. The Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Call us at 208-746-3311 or visit us at fairbridgeinns.com.
LC State shoots 43% in the first quarter, 6 of 14. Providence got just 9 shots off, 3 of 9. Providence out-rebounded LC State 11 of 5, but 8 turnovers versus 3, and it's a 5-point lead, 17-12. It's been a great run for LC State. Down low, Cartwright gets it to go. Bailey, he got a 3-point game. At one point, it was 17-9. Warriors were out on top. This is the 2020 Women's Frontier Conference Championship game. Inside, Souvenir takes it up and in. Peyton with a big basket puts the Warriors back up by 5 with 9.5 left to be played here in the first half. Molinado, Bailey, Ezeri doesn't even look to shoot. She's double teamed. Molinado, Kennedy, Ezeri's got it, lost it, but contact is made. She's going to be fouled, and she's hurting. You want to play basketball nowadays, women's basketball, girls high school basketball, you got to be tough.
We talked about it last night in the men's too, but it's the same in the women's game. It's a physical game, and you're going to bang inside.
Kennedy, got to get rid of it. Gets it out. Randish quickly lost her dribble. Molinado. They can shoot a 3 out of that zone, and they put up a lot of threes this year. Molinado, Cartwright, Kennedy, cross court. Randish, he got 5 on the shot clock. Ezeri doubled up on, just simply throws it up, doesn't hit rim. Nielsen, the rebound, leads everybody with 8 points in the game. 5-point lead Warriors. Under 9 minutes left to be played in the second quarter of the Frontier Conference Championship game. Rocky Erickson with Mike Tatko. And what a drive by Nielsen. Too hard. Rebound. Kennedy, Cartwright. Molinado. Providence getting a lot of opportunities. Bailey. Wide open. 3-pointer on the way. Shot missed by Randish. She's hit 72 threes this year. Souvenir will bring it up. Well, Providence has put up 840 on the season coming into this game. Nielsen, another 3 air ball. She hit 2 in the first. Molinado back the other way. Her team down by 5 with 8:05 left to go here in the first half. Cartwright's open. Kennedy can't find the mark. Offensive rebound, though. Randish. Molinado will try a 3. She can't get it to fall. Another offensive rebound. This time it's Bailey Cartwright. Randish, another 3. They missed 3 threes on this possession. They still have the ball and a jump ball. We're going back the other way. Oh, like I said, Mike, they're getting opportunities.
Well, you've said you named the number that they've put up, and they've been successful. And for them to get back in this game, they're going to have to start knocking some down.
1 of 7 on threes. And they came into the game averaging 35% on threes, averaging more than 9 made three-pointers a game. They're also averaging 26 attempts a game. Warriors by 5. They got the ball. Wide open Johnson. She averages more than 9 points a game, the 6'2 junior. And that puts her team back up by 7. Biggest lead, 8 in the first. And can Providence answer here? Bailey in traffic, crossover move. Man in the stripes said she took an extra step. We're going back the other way. Another big crowd on hand tonight in the Women's Championship. We had a nice crowd last night for the men's title game. Under 7 minutes left to be played in the first half. Johnson, Edmondson. Johnson slapped out, but the foul by Randish. Biggest problem, I love girls basketball, women's basketball. Biggest problem I have, the ponytail covers the number in the back.
Yeah, unless you really know the kid, it's hard to tell the number sometimes.
Souvenir takes it behind her back, drives on Maldonado, goes down. Maldonado with the foul. It's going to be the second on Providence here in the second quarter, one on LC State. First thing you notice when you come to the Activity Center, all of the national championship banners won by the baseball program. How about 19? And they host the NAIA College Baseball World Series every year. Down low, shot, miss, Maldonado, the rebound. And Maldonado quickly back the other way. I need a bucket here for Providence. They're down by 7. Cartwright, Maldonado on the dribble drive. Maldonado all the way in off the glass, no. Burlage, the rebound. They got numbers. Burlage is going to slow things up, followed by Cartwright. So Steve Herbert, my driver, who's one of the camera guys this weekend, big baseball fan, he's going to come back in May for the College Baseball World Series and be a volunteer.
Yeah, he signed up today. I was up there with him on the third floor of the Activity Center. He met the greeter up there and signed up. They got his T-shirt size.
Souvenir on the drive, a foul down low. So Providence will get it back. At the end of the first quarter, it was 17-12. LC State out on top by 5. Coming up at halftime, we've got the athletic director, Brooke Hens, and then we got Josiah Westbrook. He was our player of the game last night for the Warriors. Three-pointer is in, and how big was that? Randish, her 73rd three. 73 threes in one season. It's unbelievable. Souvenir can't get it to go. Last touch by LC State. You got a 4-point game with 5:52 left to be played here in the first half.
Yeah, I thought that was a big three by Randich because this game could have got away from them. A 7-point lead for the Warriors, and they had the ball. They miss, and back comes Providence, and they convert a 3.
Randich averaging 10.6 a game. 4 of the starters averaging double figures. 4-point game. Warriors out on top. Under 6 minutes left to be played here in the first half. Maldonado's got it right side. Misses the screen. Looking inside. Hezere lost it. Loose ball. Hezere gets it back. Yes. Parker with the bucket. Parker had 20 points the last time these two teams met. Now Maldonado on the steal. Providence. A 2-pointer to tie the game, a 3 to take the lead. 5:20 left to be played here in the first half. Randich with a 3, and Providence is out on top here. 22-21 with 5:09 left to be played in the first half. They were behind 17-9 late in the first quarter. What a comeback for the Argos. Edmondson on the drive, contact, no whistle. Randich, the rebound. Providence on the run here. They lead by 1. We're midway through the second. Bailey Cartwright. Maldonado, baseline shot, no. Big offensive rebound. Hezere goes right back up. And Bailey Cartwright also down. There are more blue uniforms inside for that rebound than white.
Yeah, Bailey's a great rebounder both on the offensive and defensive side.
1-point game. Providence leads. 4.5 left to be played here in the second.
There is only one official credit union of the LCSC Warriors. Get your LC debit card and show your Warrior pride. P1FCU is proud to be a part of the Warrior Way. It's your community, and we are your credit union.
What a comeback for Providence. They're shooting 35%. And they lead in the football in this game. And check this out, my rebounds. 19 for the Argos, 9 for LC State.
Well, what I also like is that, remember at the media timeout in the first quarter, they had 7 turnovers, did Providence. Now they only have 9, so they've really cleaned up their game offensively as well.
Big comeback, Hazard in the game for the Argos. Got to get rid of it. Didn't get the ball inbounds in time, and LC State on the inbounds.
Yeah,
Souvenir will bring it up.
That's a great momentum switch. If they can come down here and get a basket, kind of break the momentum that Providence has.
Souvenir right side, Farmer. Farmer, Johnson lost it. Loose ball picked up by Farmer. Souvenir's got it left side. 1-point game. Farmer with the top of the key. They're going to double up on her. Down low, Johnson, reverse layup, no. And Bailey Cartwright on the rebound to Molinado. Here come the Argos. Bailey with the drive. Gets it back out, Randish, another 3. Yes, oh my. She has a hot hand here. That's her 3rd 3. 9 points in the game. Providence scored the first 5. That was their biggest lead. Now they're up by 4, 25-21. Farmer, 3-pointer on the way, no. And Bailey Cartwright on the rebound. Boy, what a difference here, Mike.
Yeah, the defensive rebounding by the Argos. The Warriors only getting 1 shot, and they've turned this game around.
They met 3 times during the season. LC State won 2 of the 3. Hazard, back out, Randitch again, no. Johnson the rebound. LC State, they're going to move it up quickly. Farmer has it. It's been a while since the Warriors scored. 3:10 left to be played. Here in the first half, down low, in and out, no go by Souvenir. How did that not drop?
Yeah, I don't know. It was all the way in, halfway down, and came back out.
Molinado back the other way. Win or lose, both these teams are going to be in Billings next week for the NAIA Division I National Tournament. Cartwright, hard to the hole. Bailey gets the finish. 6-point lead, 27-21 with 2:45 left to be played here in the first half. Edmondson, double, triple team. Johnson, 3-pointer on the way. High arcing shot, and Bailey timed that one perfect on the rebound. Again, Lewis Clark State not getting any offensive rebounds. The Argos doing a great job blocking out. Hazard, cross court. Randish wants to shoot. Molinado will drive the lane. Randish open, not going to take the shot. Ezeri double team, forces the shot, no. Almost had her own rebound. Bailey's going to cover. Bailey is fouled, and Bailey will go to the free throw line. The Argos right now own the boards.
Yeah, we're talking about runs. Remember, LC went on a 17-5 run. Providence currently, Rocky, on an 18-4 run of their own.
Remember last night, I think Carroll only had 1 offensive rebound in the first half. LC State has none in the first half. Bailey Cartwright at the free throw line here. Her team up by 6. Bailey, a 72% free throw shooter on the year. So you get the AD at halftime, I've got the star player.
Yeah.
Second shot, yes. 29-21, Providence. Bill Himmelberg, 10th year as the head coach. He's won 168 games. They're going to make their 5th trip to the NAIA National Tournament next week. Down low, yes. Berlin with the basket. Hannah comes off the bench, averaging 7 points a game. And it's a 6-point game. Randich lost it. Gets it right back. Kennedy inside to her sister, Bailey. Back out to Kennedy. Randich, another 3. Oh, my. When you're hot, you're hot. And Jenna's hot right now. 12 points in the game, all on 3s. Berlin not going to take the 3, drives the lane, and there's your first offensive rebound of the game for LC State, and the foul is going to go against Edmondson. 9-point lead for the Argos with a minute 12 left to be played in the first half. It's so surprising how quickly things can change.
Yeah, they really do. And Hannah Berland, watch out for her, number 4, White. She comes off the bench. She's done it all year long. When the Warriors need a lift, Hannah Berland has given them a lift.
Pemberton's in the game. A minute 12 left to be played here in the first half. The two highest scoring teams in the Frontier Conference this season. Berman with an outside of 3. Picked up by Cartwright. Edmondson on the drive, lost her dribble. Swings it back out to Berlin with the 3. Oh, man. She only hits 29% on threes. That was a deep ball, but that was huge for her team. Makes it a 6-point game under a minute left to be played. Quarter number 2 of the 2020 Frontier Conference Championship game. Hazard inside Bailey. What a nice spin move. Misses the shot, and they get the offensive rebound again. 30 seconds left. Right side, Pemberton. Inside to Beta, they collapse on her, double team. Pemberton's gonna pop the 3, looks good, no. Hit the rim, high bounce, 20 seconds left to be played for LC State to get off a shot. It's a 6-point game here late in the second quarter. From Lewiston, Idaho, we had the men's championship last night. It's the women's turn tonight. Souvenir will bring it up. 8 seconds to go. Souvenir takes a pick from Nielsen, lost her dribble. Backdoor cut, Nielsen misses the layup. 1 second left. That's going to be short. It is halftime. What a second quarter for Providence. They scored 20. They lead by 6, 32-26 at the break. Halftime show coming up right after this.
The 64th annual Avista NAIA World Series Memorial Day weekend. See ya in 2020. Come watch the top 10 NAIA teams battle for the championship title right here at Harris Field. Brought to you by Happy Day Restaurants, P1FCU, Joe Hall Ford, Guardian Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. For tickets and information, go to NAIAWorldSeries.com.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck Month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
This town is fired up. We're gearing up for a new year. We're upbeat about our future and up to the challenge of making Great Falls the best it's ever been. And we're keeping up with past traditions at the University of Providence. If you're seeking a certificate program, bachelor's or master's degree, we offer a growing list of campus-based and online courses of study based on a strong Catholic foundation. The University of Providence, Great Falls. New name, bolder vision.
Well, welcome back to Lewis-Clark State. It's 32-26 Providence over the Warriors. Mike Tatko joined by the Director of Athletics at Lewis-Clark State, Brooke Hins. Brooke, thanks for taking some time. You've played this game. You know what it's like. An 18-4 run by Providence. Earlier, Lewis-Clark State had a 17-5 run. That's the way basketball is.
It is a game of runs, and good thing there's another half.
Well, I want to talk about last night's game. You're hosting both Frontier Conference Championship games on consecutive nights, which is just huge for you and Lewis-Clark State. And really excited to see the men's basketball team across the way on the front row. They're all lined up. They're cheering on the women's team. And congratulations to you and Austin Johnson and the men on the 75-54 win over Carroll.
Thank you. It was an awesome night last night. Congratulations to our men's team. Coach of the Year, Austin Johnson. Very proud of what he's done with this program in the last 2 years. And like you said, our men's basketball team is a tremendous group of individuals on the court, but off the court, they are at almost every sporting event supporting their fellow athletes. They're good people, and I'm so excited to see where they go in the national tournament.
We talked to Dr. Cynthia Pemberton, the president, last night at halftime of the men's game, and she was quick to point out the student part in student-athlete, not only at the men's basketball program, but campus-wide.
Absolutely. You know, I think there are 8 of the male student athletes on the men's basketball team, obviously, that had a 3.0 or higher, give or take a player or two, but they have tremendous GPAs, along with our women's team. I think there's 7 4.0s on the women's squad, and just really proud of what they do in the classroom.
And it's like that across the board, all the other sports that would take so long to mention them, but you have a big banquet and a big luncheon for all of the student athletes, so that's a great thing. Boy, Brian Orr, we talked about Austin Johnson in relatively new to the head coaching world. Brian Orr sitting right over here when the game resumes in his 19th year. No matter what happens during the regular season, when the calendar flips to March, Brian Orr is ready to go, and so's his team.
Absolutely. He is a winner, and he does such a tremendous job with that program, and they just fine-tune March for sure. And so definitely surprised to look up and see the score right now. Thought they were coming in a little hotter, but, you know, like I said, there's a second half, and we're really excited to see where they're going to go in the tournament with the assumption that they're going to be, if they don't win tonight, going to get a bid.
Well, I think so, and I think you probably have a good problem to have next week. Your men's team is going to go. They are the Frontier Conference Tournament champions. Your women's team, all but assured, people are saying probably 5 Frontier Conference teams will go. Tough problem for you to have, but you got to choose a site.
Absolutely, and so I'm really excited to see what the draw is tomorrow at the selection show. So it would be nice to have the men and women play on different days and have an option to maybe go to both. I don't know if that's going to happen, but might as well keep my fingers crossed.
Well, what do you look for? I'm going to put your coaching hat on here now. What do you look for in the second half from these teams?
Oh my gosh, we need to make some buckets. We missed a couple easy ones right down there, but just defend. Hats off to Providence. They came out and are giving it to us, and so it's great to have a good game.
Yeah, it's great to have a good game. They got away from us a little bit last night, although it was a victory for your Warriors. Brooke Hens, the athletic director here for Lewis Clark State, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We're back to Lewiston, Idaho right after this.
The 64th Annual Avista NAIA World Series Memorial Day Weekend. See it in 2020. Come watch the top 10 NAIA teams battle for the championship title right here at Harris Field. Brought to you by Happy Day Restaurants, P1FCU, Joe Hall Ford, Guardian Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. For tickets and information, go to NAIAWorldSeries.com.
P1FCU Champions for Change are members passionate about making our communities stronger. We are asking you to be a part of the change. Visit a P1FCU branch and donate to a Champions for Change nonprofit, and P1FCU will match it. Together, we can build a brighter tomorrow. To meet our Champions for Change, visit p1fcu.org/champions. P1FCU, it's your community and we're your credit union.
And it's halftime of the Women's Frontier Conference Championship game. Providence out on top of LC State, 32-26. Last night, we had the Men's Frontier Conference Championship game. It was all LC State over Carroll College, 75-54. Our player of the game from last night's Frontier Conference game, Josiah Westbrook. And check this out, Josiah wearing the net that they cut down last night. Josiah, congratulations on that Frontier Conference title.
Thank you. Yep.
What was that like, your last home game? You win the Frontier Conference Championship, you get to cut down the net.
Oh, it was special, man. Ever since last year after we won it for the first time, I wanted to go back-to-back. We had goals for the season, get an outright league championship, and then go out and win the conference tournament. You know, that's what we did.
Josiah Westbrook last night made the first 3 to start the game, made the first 3 in the second half, went 7 of 9 on threes, had a huge game, one of the leading scorers in the contest. Tell me about in Bellingham, Washington on the same team with Mr. Mitchell. What was that like?
Oh, man, special again. I mean, that's been my best friend since I've probably been 8th grade. We went to middle school together, and then I transferred to his high school, and he's just a great point guard. As you can see, he makes assists, steals, co-defender of the year. I mean, he does it all. He's all around.
Josiah, what makes LC State, the Warriors, so special this season? What is it?
Hard work, and chemistry. You know, everybody likes each other. Everybody loves each other. We all think of each other as brothers, and we're just relentlessly positive. That's what Coach always said, be relentlessly positive. And throughout the game, you know, that's what we do.
Now, great season this year. You guys have put together a remarkable win-loss record. Tomorrow, you're going to find out what you're seeded. You're going to find out who you play in round 1 in Kansas City. There's a chance you could get a #1 seed, isn't there?
Yes, sir. I mean, it doesn't really matter what seed we get. We already know that it's going to be a tough environment to play in, and it's you lose or you go home. You win or you go home, you know? So,
how special is that to play in Kemper Arena in Kansas City in that national tournament in that environment?
Hey, it's an amazing feeling. Had a little bit of it last year when we made it to the Final Four, and I'm looking to go one more game.
That's amazing.
One more game.
Last year, the Warriors went all the way to the Final Four, got beat out by Carroll College. Carroll played in the national championship game. Josiah, somebody's got to win the national championship. Why not the Warriors of LC State?
Exactly. Why not the Warriors? Why not the Warriors? Exactly.
Okay, I got to ask, how did you end up with the net? Who has the other one?
Our coach has the other one right now, but I had to wear this as a little necklace. And, you know, the girls playing in the championship today, I got to make sure the team knows these are our nets. Ain't nobody leaving with our nets.
Josiah Westbrook, our player of the game last night, the championship, he scored 19 points in that 75-54 win over Carroll College.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck Month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
At Allegiance Benefit Plan Management, it is all about people. It's their willingness to help their clients understand their health coverage. They take out the confusion and barriers. Allegiance offers the best benefit plans available. They are backed by one of the nation's largest healthcare benefits companies, resulting in the best plans available. We're glad we're with Allegiance.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. Performance, pride, and passion. 3 things that define the rich legacy of BF Goodrich tires and the lasting partnership that we've shared over the years. Like the ever-popular BF Goodrich KO2 tire and all the Advantage TA line of tires, stop in and talk to your local performance experts at Wayland Tire and get set up with the right type of tires from the company that invented performance, BF Goodrich.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Well, what a first half it was. Providence, Randish with the 3 there. All she did in that first half is hit 4 threes. Randish was 4 of 7 on threes. That's not the same replay. That is a different replay for Randish. She came into the game hitting 72 on the season, and she had 4 in the first half, and that's 3 of her 4. And why don't you make it all 4 of the threes in that first half for Jenna Randish out of Olympia, Washington, and she was simply fantastic. You take a look at the stats. One thing that stands out in a big, big way, 1 offensive rebound for the Warriors. They had 12 rebounds in the first half, but they only had 1 opportunity for a second effort.
Yeah, they did, and that's something that obviously Coach Orr talked about. I'm sure talked about defensive and offensive. It's a 14-point spread in the rebounds, and also early in the game, Rocky, when Providence was trying to enter it in the post, the Warriors were very active. They were very long. They were batting balls away and getting turnovers, and that stopped. And I don't know if Providence changed something or if they just stopped being aggressive, but he's going to point to that, and they're going to want to get back to that.
You know, both teams have not shot that well. Providence 37%, LC State 35%. 5 threes for Providence in the first half, 3 for LC State. 10 turnovers for Providence, just 5 for LC State. So they shot 37% from the field, They had 10 turnovers, yet they lead by 6 at the break. You figure it out, Mike.
Yeah, and they had 7 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of the game. So they stopped making those bad passes inside. And if they can beat the zone by making three-pointers, it opens up the inside for Essery and Bailey Cartwright, the taller Cartwright girl. That's the key to Providence. They make shots. They're hard to beat because they're so good inside.
Do you think possibly the Warriors will come out in a man-to-man, try to cut off those three-point shots?
Well, they may, and then what you're going to see is the Argos go deep into the key to the tall players.
It's going to be an exciting second half. This is the Frontier Conference Women's Championship game.
P1FCU Champions for Change are members passionate about making our communities stronger. We are asking you to be a part of the change. Visit a P1FCU branch and donate to a Champions for Change nonprofit, and P1FCU will match it. Together, we can build a brighter tomorrow. To meet our Champions for Change, visit p1fcu.org/champions. P1FCU, it's your community and we're your credit union.
The 64th annual Avista NAIA World Series Memorial Day weekend. See it in 2020. Come watch the top 10 NAIA teams battle for the championship title right here at Harris Field. Brought to you by Happy Day Restaurants, P1FCU, Joe Hall Ford, Guardian Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. For tickets and information, go to NAIAWorldSeries.com.
I'd like to welcome our network affiliates for tonight's championship game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and of course, Lewiston, Idaho, and all across America on 11 Sports. We're happy to have you enjoying this Frontier Conference Women's Championship game. 6-point lead. Providence at the break, and the second half is underway. Souvenir with an outside of 3, wide open down low. Burley with the finish.
Yeah, great pass to start the half. Great possession for Coach Orr's Warriors.
4-point game. And they're going to stay in the zone for LC State in the second half. Another turnover. And Providence had a lot of turnovers in that first half.
Well, they had 10, and now that's 11. And watch for Jamie Nielsen on the back cut. That really hurt Providence in the game. Even though Providence won that game, Nielsen lived by backdoor cutting. And let's see if they try to get that into the game plan in the second half.
Johnson. Edmondson at the line, cuts in traffic. Burley on the baseline. Burley's going to force her way in. What a powerful move there. Wow. What a start for her in this third quarter. 6 points in the game, and the 6-point lead is 2, almost taken away by Jamie Nielsen. Monado. Randich, number 4, and Randich with 4 threes in that first quarter. The ball is slapped out. Win or lose, both these teams will be in Billings next week, and Montana's the largest basketball complex, Metro Park Arena, for the 40th edition of the NAIA Division I Women's National Tournament, the 4th and final year that event will be in Billings. Ezeri, crossover move, high off the glass, no. And Burlage with a rebound. Burlage is getting it done on both ends. A three-pointer now would give the Warriors the lead back, and they led by as many as 9 early in that second quarter. Souvenir with an outside of 3. Takes the pick, tries to go right. Edmondson gets open. The foul on Randich. Providence has not scored this half.
Yeah, they look out of sorts defensively and offensively. Offensively, they had a lot of balls batted away out of bounds, and defensively, the Warriors are about ready to go on a 6-0 run if they can make both these free throws.
Edmondson with 4 points, 5. She gets her first free throw. A 73% free throw shooter on the year, averaging 9.7. She started all 30 games for the Warriors this season. Gets them both. We are tied at 32. And that is the first tie we've had since the first quarter. And finally, a basket. Kennedy Cartwright and Providence on the scoreboard for the first time here in the second half. 2-point game. We got a close game like we wanted tonight, Mike.
That's what we did. Got away from us last night a little bit in the second half.
Molinaro with the steal. Just stripped it away from Souvenir. And Molinaro will drive the baseline. Ezeri backs her way in. Ezeri misses the shot. And Parker with just 6 points in that first half, and she's been the key for them, averaging more than 15 points a game on the season. Parker had 27 points, 10 rebounds in that 73-67 semifinal win over Carroll College. Gets the free throw to go. Providence won at Rocky, a game I was at, in the quarterfinals, 62-55. They won at Carroll in the semis, and now they're trying to win here in Lewiston, Idaho. How is that possible to win all 3 playoff games on the road?
Have to look that one up and see if that's happened lately.
Souvenir brings it down, pops the 3, and we're going back the other way. Kennedy Cartwright, coast to coast, dumps it out to her sister Bailey. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy, baseline blocked by Edmondson. Back out. 3-pointer. Randich misses. She had 4 in the first half. That one's not going to drop. This is also not the top 2 seeded teams in the event. Providence is seeded 5th in the conference. LC State is seeded 3rd, but the conference is so strong. I mean, there's an excellent opportunity. We're going to get 5 teams in the national tournament. We'll find out tomorrow. Johnson can't get it to go. The defending national champs, Montana Western, ranked 17th. They're 19-11. Carroll ranked 18th. They're 21-16. Lewis Clark ranked 21st. Rocky ranked 24th. And there's another 3. Molinaro lights it up. And Providence back up by 7. They can score so quickly.
Well, and they have various people who can hit the 3. I mean, they got Hazard and Pemberton who can hit it, and they're sitting on the bench. They got a lot of weapons.
Well, they put up a ton of 3s on the season. Edmondson, 3-pointer. That's how you answer the 3 from Providence. We've got a 4-point game. Providence out on top with 6:10 left to be played here in the third. Ezri Molinaro, can she hit back-to-back 3s? No. Souvenir on the rebound. They got numbers, a 2-on-1 break with Edmondson. And she fakes the pass, and that is going to be an offensive charge.
Yeah, she was set for several seconds there, and it was just a matter of whether Peyton hit her or whether she could get around her, and she couldn't.
What a way for LC State to finish their last season in the Frontier Conference by hosting both the men's and the women's Frontier Conference championship games. Molinaro will bring it up. They go to the baseline. Ezeri, Kennedy, back out. Kennedy to Kennedy. 7 on the shot clock. Randich for 3, no. Long rebound, no. LC State with just 1 offensive rebound in the first half. They're coached by Brian Orr. Went to Park County High School in Livingston, and he coached in Montana State, MSU Billings. Coached the Sims boys to a state championship back in 1990. 3-pointer not going to drop by Edmondson. Back out. Burley can't hit the 3. Molinaro the rebound. Brian Orr is the 6th winningest active coach in NAIA women's college basketball. Bailey Cartwright, they double up on her. Bailey backs her way in. Count it. Bailey comes in averaging 14 points a game. Second best on her team. Nielsen turns and fires, and it's in. And Jamie's having a big, big game for LC State. Jamie's got 10. It's a 4-point game for the Argos with 4.5 left to be played here in the third.
Pressure the ball! Pressure the ball!
Ezri back out. Randich, another three. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? 44-37. That young lady has hit 4 3-pointers. She's got 12 points, and she came into the game averaging 10 points a game. Farmer with the tie, with the three. That's what surprises me watching the NAIA National Tournament, Mike. How many 3-pointers are put up? I mean, that first round, I think there were more threes put up than twos. Kennedy Cartwright to her sister Bailey. Bailey forces the shot, no. Ezri fights for the rebound. Burlage will have it. Edmondson. And she cuts it to the baseline, lost the handle, gets it right back. Now she's double teamed, finds herself wide open. Count the basket and the foul, and that was all Edmondson. 2-point game. We got a timeout. Providence out on top by 2 with 3.5 to go in the third.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck Month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Listen up, parents. Here's what we know.
And what we don't know.
E-cigarette use tripled among teens nationwide in just 1 year.
It's worse here in Montana. Our teens use it even higher rates.
What's in e-cigarettes anyway?
And what happens when our kids get addicted?
No one knows yet. Do you remember when they said that cigarettes were safe?
We don't want our kids to be the next lab rats. E-cigarettes equal big profit for big tobacco.
We have to protect the next generation.
Well, it doesn't get much better than Nez Edmondson. That was all her. A lot of hard work to make it a 2-point game. Providence out on top by 2. These two teams, Mike, have combined for 33 3-point attempts and 39 2-point attempts. And there's Mr. Mack in his 10th season, Bill Himmelberg from Providence.
And you talked about Brian Orr a little bit ago. He's from Montana, and he likes to play these Montana teams, at least Providence. He's 43-10 all time against Providence and 7-1 against the Argos in Frontier Conference tournament play.
Well, I believe he wasn't the first women's coach at University of Great Falls. Edmondson got the bucket to go. Now she's at the free throw line, an opportunity to make this a 1-point game. 3:27 left to be played. Quarter number 3 of the Women's Frontier Conference Championship. It's amazing the runs. Providence will score 7 or 8. LC State will come back, score 7 or 8. Full court pressure. I almost said it wasn't effective, and then they almost lost it.
Yeah, they'll spring it on you once in a while. They're so athletic, and again, like I said earlier, they're so long, they can bat the ball away.
Providence on the end of bounds. Ezri, quiet night for their leading scorer. Molinado, they have so many weapons. So Pemberton. Hazard will drive. Pemberton open from 3, not going to take the shot. Hazard will take the 3, and it's in. This is a team that averages more than 9 made 3-pointers a game. And they are putting up the 3 ball, and it's going in. They lead by 4 with under 3 minutes left to be played in the third quarter of the title game. Nielsen, she's had the hot hand for the Warriors in this one. Edmondson Backdoor cut to Nielsen. That was not that effective, but it's going to leave Farmer wide open, short on the three. They try to run it down. A rare offensive rebound. Nielsen cuts inside. Traffic. What a finish for Jamie, and what a game for Jamie Nielsen. She's got a dozen. And she had a 35-point game earlier this season. Three-pointer way off the mark. Pemberton, a 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead for the Warriors with 2:02 left to be played. Here in the third, Burlage bring it back out. Johnson not going to take the three. Edmondson looking inside. Burlage gets it slapped out, gets it back. She's fouled. And the Columbia Falls star to the free throw line.
Well, Jamie Nielsen playing in her final game here as a senior, final game on this court. Of course, she'll go to Billings with the rest of them, but she's making an impact in her final appearance here. As you look at the Wayland Tire replay. And
got fouled hard.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be exciting if we can get 5 Frontier Conference teams again. Had some huge crowds. Alex Tyson, Visit Billings, does a great job with that event. And, the year before, it was in Billings. Total attendance for the entire tournament was less than 2,000. And last year they had around 14,000. Burlage. Second shot short. Rebound Argos. 47-45. The lead is 2. Argos have the lead and the ball. Molinado. Hazard. Fakes left, comes right in traffic. Molinado with a deep 3. Burlage, the rebound. 90 seconds left to be played in the third. This game's been so exciting, they might want to extend it and play some OT. Farmer swings it left side, tries to cut between 2 players, lost the handle, out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Providence, a minute 16. Berlin will check back in. Hannah, 5'11" junior out of Spokane, Washington. All 5 starters for Providence, by the way, from the state of Washington. LC State inbounds. Edmondson reverse layup. No. Big rebound, Pemberton, and she's fouled. Have we reached the bonus in any quarter? I don't believe so.
Nope. Only free throws have been shooting free throws.
Molinado will bring it up. Argos up 2 late in the third in the title game. Pemberton. Ezeri. They're going to double up on Ezeri. Pemberton. They swing it back. Cartwright. Pemberton. Molinado. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Molinado cuts between players. Misses it. Gets her own rebound. Molinado gets it out. Shot missed by Kennedy Cartwright. And boy, they had some opportunities there. Warriors get it back. A 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead. Burnlin. 30 seconds left to be played in the third, and what a game from Lewiston, Idaho. Farmer lost her dribble. Farmer, Burley. Back out to Farmer. 5 on the shot clock. Farmer, Edmondson. They double up on her. Farmer at the buzzer, no. Offensive rebound. Tied up. Jump ball is called. Where does the arrow go? To the Argos. 7.8 left to be played in the third. It's going to be an exciting fourth quarter of women's basketball. And Molinado, she's going to go coast to coast in the lane. Wow, that's how you finish a quarter. 49-45. Lady Argos lead after 3 in the 2020 Frontier Conference Championship.
P1FCU Champions for Change are members passionate about making our communities stronger. We are asking you to be a part of the change. Visit a P1FCU branch and donate to a Champions for Change nonprofit, and P1FCU will match it. Together, we can build a brighter tomorrow. To meet our Champions for Change, visit p1fcu.org/champions. P1FCU, it's your community and we're your credit union.
The 64th annual Avista NAIA World Series Memorial Day weekend. See ya in 2020. Come watch the top 10 NAIA teams battle for the championship title right here at Harris Field. Brought to you by Happy Day Restaurants, P1FCU, Joe Hall Ford, Guardian Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. For tickets and information, go to NAIAWorldSeries.com.
Well, these two teams are the two highest scoring teams in the Frontier Conference this season. They combined for 36 points in that third quarter. 4-point lead Providence. They've out-rebounded LC State 34-22 in the game. Well, we got a good one, Mike.
Yeah, that's what we wanted after that 21-point game last night. Kind of got away from Carroll there late. This is a dandy.
Molinaro will set it up. They played 3 times during the season. LC State won twice. Ezra can't get it to go. Rebound, though, is controlled by Bailey Cartwright. Bailey to the free throw line. And we've not been in the bonus in any of these quarters. And Bailey Cartwright, 11 points in the game, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Providence, 9 of 10. Did you say they had one game in the playoffs or against LC State? They had a lot of free throws?
Well, LC was 19 of 20 in a game here where they won 61-60, and that's why they won the game.
No team goes 19 of 20 in a game, Mike.
They did that night.
Well, they've only missed one in this game. They're 11 of 12. Very impressive. 6-point lead. Providence out on top, 21-45 with 9:30 left to be played. They're playing for the Women's Frontier Conference title. The Warriors trying to win the men's title and the women's title in their final year in the Frontier Conference. Johnson lost her dribble. Berlin on the drive. Berlin is fouled. Officials have done a great job tonight, keeping it very consistent. I've got to introduce all the officials next week, too, at that NAIA National. There's a ton of officials.
I can't wait to see you there and watch you do that.
Souvenir. Bounce pass. Down low. Burley lost it. Gets it right back. Three-pointer on the way. Yes, Edmondson. 37 three-pointers on the season for that young lady. It's a 3-point game with under 9 minutes. Ezra gets it inside. Yes. And Providence back up by 5 with 8:45 to be played in the championship. Cross-court Johnson. Berlin for 3. No. Rebound lost it. They scramble for it. 3 girls hit the deck. Jump ball. Argos are going to get it back. Win or lose, they're both going to play next week in Billings. Are you going to the big party tomorrow? Find out who the Warriors are going to play?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have my computer on. I'll be watching both men and women.
Molinaro gets the layup. 7-point game. Argos out on top. Souvenir back out. Burling was wide open. Burling on the drive. Major contact. They're going to go with a blocking foul. No, that's going to be a charge. We're going back the other way. Coach Brian Orr wants to talk about it. 55-48 Argos. 8:09 left to go in the championship.
Life can be a bumpy road here in Montana. We know. We're Allegiance, and we live here too. Today's healthcare maze can be confusing. We can help you get through it. We're small enough to care, big enough to make a difference, and backed by the nation's leading healthcare benefits company. We've been helping Montana businesses and their employees with employee benefits for 35 years. So you can count on us. Your benefits at work. Allegiance.
When traveling to Lewiston, Idaho for business or pleasure, come visit us downtown at the Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Spacious rooms appointed with great amenities such as refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, free Wi-Fi, and more. Start your day with our free hot breakfast as you discover all the great recreation and shopping that Lewiston has to offer. The Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Call us at 208-746-3311 or visit us at fairbridgeinns.com.
Rocky Erickson, Mike Tatko. 8 minutes, 9 seconds left to be played in the women's championship game. 55-48. Providence out on top. Bill Himmelberg in his 10th season as the head coach at Providence. There's Brian Orr in his 19th season. Game number 629 for Brian Orr. 466 wins, 162 losses, a winning percentage of 74%. And they're trying to get back into that national tournament once again. It'll be their 16th trip next week to the Nationals. That's pretty impressive.
It really is. They just continue to go. They continue to be good when the calendar turns over to March, and they are again this year.
Boy, can the Frontier Conference duplicate what they did a year ago and have a team win the national championship? I mean, somebody's got to win. Like I told Westbrook at the halftime interview, somebody's got to win. Why not a Frontier Conference team?
Rocky Mountain men won it one year.
That's right. Randich. Cartwright. Shot clock. Down to 5. Molinado. Inside Ezra at the buzzer. Yes! How about a 9-point lead here in the fourth? 57-48 with 7.5 left to be played. In the fourth quarter, Edmondson worked really, really hard to get her shot off, and she is fouled. She's going to get 2 at the line.
And at the other end, Providence uses the entire clock, and then they get a basket. And that's just a dagger for Lewis Clark State. They're certainly not out of it, but you work hard for 30 seconds, and then you give up a basket. That's tough.
Edmondson's a perfect 3 for 3. She's got 15 points in the game. Her career high, 21. Misses on that free throw attempt. As a team, the Warriors are 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Providence, red hot, 11 of 12, making their free throws in a tight game. That is simply huge. Full court pressure, Warriors. We've seen a little bit of that in the first half, not a lot. Molinado in trouble, gets it out. Pemberton will bring it up. And back to Emily. Molinado. Molinado will drive, double team. Swings it back to Kennedy Cartwright. To her sister Bailey. Pemberton bounce pass, kicked out. 7 minutes, 5 seconds left to be played in the game. It's been a game of runs as we go back and forth. 3 ties, 4 lead changes in this Frontier Conference Championship. Molinado with an outside of 3. Cartwright inside Ezra. He's got position. Could not get the finish. And Molinado, no, a travel on Souvenir.
Yeah, I don't think Peyton knew Emily Maldonado was there, and when she turned around, there she was, and she took an extra step, Rocky, to try to get around her without dribbling.
8-point lead for Providence. Remember, this is the number 5 seeded team in the tournament. They won on the road in Billings in the quarterfinals. They won on the road in the semis. They're trying to win 3 straight road games and win the tournament. Molinado with the long 3, no. Ezra, the rebound, put back, wow. Essery with a big, big bucket there, leads their team averaging more than 15. How about a 10-point lead? Edmondson could answer. 59-49, 6:20 left. Remember, the Warriors have only lost 3 games on this court this season. They're 13-3. They lost twice to Carroll. They lost once to Providence. Argos are looking very impressive.
Well, they came back from 15 down at Helena against Carroll. Who does that against Rochelle Sayers' team on the road at Carroll to get here? And they really have kind of picked up where they left off. Just solid all the way around tonight.
A 10-point lead with 6 minutes left to be played. Cartwright, Bailey, bounce pass. Hazard, Molinado in the lane, back out, three-pointer for Hazard, no. Rebound, 3-on-1, they got numbered. Edmondson gets it up. Berlin lost it. And they're going to say LC State ball. Nielsen will come back in. Jamie's had a nice game.
Yeah, she's had her break, and now she's in for the duration. I think Coach Orr wanted Hannah Berlin to shoot that ball instead of being so unselfish with the extra pass. But watch for Jamie Nielsen to try to take this game over for Lewis Clark State. Senior, last game on this court.
Randich is back in with possession, with good position, and Bailey Cartwright went up and over the back with the foul. Well, one way to come back when you're behind, score when the clock is stopped. That means you got to make your free throws. Hannah Berlin is an 85% free throw shooter. Outstanding from the free throw line. Usually when I say that, they miss.
Well, you didn't jinx Hannah. She's tough to jinx. She just puts it up there and watches it snap the twine.
5'11" junior from Spokane. Gets one. 9-point lead, Providence. They've got the ball. They've got the lead. Randich quickly lost her dribble. Molinado. Let's see if they take that shot clock down. Well, Molinado with a long two-pointer. That was big. She averages 14 points a game. She started all 32 games this season for the Argos. Nielsen not going to take much time. Pops the three. Berlin, offensive rebound, and the putback is in, and the Warriors aren't going anyplace. It's back to a 9-point lead for the Argos. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to be played in the 2020 Women's Frontier Conference Championship.
There is only one official credit union of the LCSC Warriors. Get your LC debit card and show your Warrior pride. P1FCU is proud to be a part of the Warrior Way. It's your community, and we are your credit union.
When traveling to Lewiston, Idaho for business or pleasure, come visit us downtown at the Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Spacious rooms appointed with great amenities such as refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, free Wi-Fi, and more. Start your day with our free hot breakfast as you discover all the great recreation and shopping that Lewiston has to offer. The Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Call us at 208-746-3311 or visit us at fairbridgeinns.com.
Providence shooting 40% from the field. Lewis Clark shooting 38% from the field. 61-52. Providence out on top with 5:10 left to be played in regulation. Full court pressure put on by the Warriors here. And Burling getting set on the inbounds. Any idea why the long official timeout here?
I don't know if they think it's for TV, but we're back and ready to go, so there's the second buzzer.
I heard you. Bringing it up, Cartwright, Randich, Cartwright, that's Bailey. Molinado, under 5 minutes to be played in the championship. And Providence is trying to pull off something historic, win all three of their games in the playoffs on the road. Randich, follow away, no. And the Warriors are not going to go down easy.
Oh, they're
here.
not going to go down. It's their court. It's their home game for their last home game ever in the Frontier Conference. They're not going to go away.
Abby Farmer will bring it up. 4.5 to go. Nielsen. Farmer. Nielsen gets it back. Turns and shoots. No. Rebound Johnson. Wow, big offensive rebound at the right time. 7-point game. 4.5 left to be played in regulation. From Lewiston, Idaho, the women's title game. Kennedy Cartwright all the way down to the baseline where she's double teamed. Molinado gets it back, and Himmelberg's going to take a timeout. Providence comes in 20 wins, 12 losses. LC State 21-9. They'll find out tomorrow if the Frontier gets 5 teams. Rocky's going to go for sure. They're ranked 24th in the nation. They're the host team. They're 17-11. LC State 21-9, ranked 21st. Carroll ranked 18th. Montana Western, the defending national champions, ranked 17th. Before this tournament, Providence was on the bubble. Well, but not anymore.
You know, they were 15-11 at one point when we were in Great Falls to do the game against Western. They swept that weekend, and they just kind of kicked it up and kicked it into gear since then. And yeah, they're in.
Frontier Conference football, men's basketball. Carroll played in the national championship a year ago. LC State made the Final Four. Carroll's the one that beat them out of that tournament. Molinado can't get open. Cartwright gets it slapped out. Under 4 minutes left to be played in the championship, 61-54. Providence leads. Rocky Erickson with Mike Tatko with the call. Taken away. Edmondson. Molinado trailing her. Count the basket and the foul. And Jansen's having a huge game. She's got 18. Her career high coming in was 21. She has doubled her season average. It almost single-handedly kept her team in the game.
Yeah, we watched the Wayland Tire replay. They got the steal at midcourt. Not only did she score, but she gets the foul and the three-point play.
4-point game all of a sudden. Under 4 left to be played in the title. Loose ball. Nielsen almost had the steal. They died for it. And quick timeout. Bill Himmelberg. Wow. Again, how quickly things can change here. It's a game of runs. 5-6 points apiece. Back and forth. There's Brian Orr and the Warriors of LC State. If you're wondering, they're going through a rebranding here, and they're not calling them Lewis Clark State. Now it's LC State.
Yeah, it's LC State. They're going to change the logo around a little bit and just kind of change up a little thing just to kind of get away from. There's so much Lewis and Clark, and they're not Lewis and Clark. There's a Lewis and Clark College in Forest Grove, Oregon, and there's a lot of confusion from out-of-towners mainly. And so they're just doing a little bit of changeover to make it more known who they are. And boy, right here in front of us, Providence needs to figure out a way to break the press.
It was 59-49 with 6:20 left to be played. A 10-point lead, and now that 10-point lead is gone. It's a 4-point lead, and Farmer with the foul. Last year in the Frontier Conference for LC State, they're going to go to the Cascade Conference next year. I've enjoyed my time here in Lewiston. Baseball town, wow. 19 national championships in baseball. They host the NAIA World Series each and every year. Steve Herbert, who's with me as a camera operator, is going to come back and volunteer. I tried to volunteer. They said, nope, Rocky, we don't want you. Bailey Cartwright. Molinado with it up on top. Molinado covered well. Bailey on the drive. Right through the hands of Randich, and you can just feel the energy in this building. Things have shifted for the Warriors.
Well, they have. I mean, the Providence does have 2 seniors out there, Randich and the grad transfer Cartwright, and some other veterans, so they really shouldn't be panicking under pressure, but it appears they are here against this tough Warrior defense.
Farmer, Nielsen. 3-pointer would make this a 1-point game, and this place would get loud. Edmondson stripped away, and the foul. Essery with the foul. And boy, this Edmondson from Hermanson, Oregon has had one fantastic fantastic game here. She leads her team with 19. If she makes this free throw coming up, she has tied her career high of 21. Now keep in mind, she came into this championship averaging 9 points a game, and she's got 21. And we got ourselves a 2-point game, breaking the pressure. Randich with the left side. 3 minutes left to be played in the 2020 Frontier Conference Women's Championship game from Lewiston, Idaho. It's a 2-point game. Randich, bounce pass. Down low, shot missed by Essery, and she's going to go to the free throw line for Parker. Parker, 20 points the last time these two teams met on February 13th. And Parker had 27 points and 10 rebounds in that semifinal victory against Carroll College, 73-66. Remember, Providence is only the 5th seed in this unbelievable Frontier Conference. LC State is the number 3 seed. And Parker gets that first one to go. And how big are free throws here?
They really are for both teams. Remember, Providence led 20-0 against these Warriors early, and the Warriors know that. Even though it wasn't late in the game, they know they can rally from 20 down, as they've already done it once against Providence.
Argos up 4. Johnson. Edmondson with a career-high 21. Back to Farmer with an outside of 3. 10 on the shot clock. Edmondson slapped out. Carpenter. Bailey with a big steal with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to be played in the championship. And her team out on top by 4. Maldonado down low, dumps it out to Bailey. Bailey. Randich, long 2-point shot, no. Edmondson on the rebound. Edmondson's going to take it coast to coast, and it's slapped out from behind. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in this game. Wow. A minute 52 left to be played in regulation. 4-point lead, Argos. Burley is going to back her way in. Double team, throws it up and in. Burley leads the team, averaging 16. You got a 2-point game. Wow. 99 seconds to be played in the 2020 Frontier Conference Women's Championship game. Molinado will bring it up quickly. Her team up 2. Molinado. Cartwright drives all the way in, misses the layup. Rebound Farmer. A 2 to tie. A 3 to take the lead with a minute 18 left to be played in the title game. Wow. Farmer down low. Birdling, no. Essery the rebound. Molinado, what a big possession here. Under a minute left to be played in the championship game. Molinado, Randich gets open, not going to shoot. They bring it back out to Molinado. 10 on the shot clock. Molinado down to the baseline. Yes! Oh my! The lead is 4. 42 seconds. Molinado's the shortest player on the court at 5'5". How did she get that shot off?
I don't know.
Underneath.
She was just going to take it no matter what, and she flipped it up, and it went high off the glass.
They added 1.2 on the game clock instead of 42.2. It's 43.4 left. 65-61. Argos out on top. Well, if you want to enjoy some great college basketball, come to Billings next week for the 40th edition of the NAIA Division I National Tournament. Maldonado just threw that up right-handed on the Wayland Tire replay.
It's a great shot by our cameraman down on that side, Steve.
Oh, Steve's doing a great job. He's up for an Emmy. So, Mike, are you going to make the trip to Billings for that tournament next week? That's the question.
Oh, I'm there. I mean, I got ties with Providence. I got ties with Lewis Clark State.
And you've got a place to stay at Rocky's house. It doesn't get any better than that.
I just can't wait till 4 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Mountain for those of you watching in Montana. That's when the pairings are announced tomorrow on the NAIA Facebook page. And then the men are just an hour later. There'll be a lot of people tuning into that webcast to see where their favorite team's playing and win.
43 seconds left to be played in the championship in a 4-point game. Farmer. Edmondson, double team. What a pass down low. Burley gets it to go. You got a 2-point game. Full court pressure put on. Argos up 2 with the ball. Randich lost it, no whistle. Molinado, no over and back. Coach Orr wanted that. 25 seconds on the game clock. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Argos lead, 65-63. Molinado takes the pick. 6 seconds. Molinado gets it tied up. Farmer with the foul. Both teams in the bonus. Molinado to the free throw line. And the Argos have been simply fantastic. 13 of 14 from the free throw line in this championship game. Molinado's first trip, she's got 15. An 80% free throw shooter. How big are these with 13 seconds to go? Her team up 2. That's pressure.
Well, and she's got a big group of people over there from Sunnyside, Washington. She made some big free throws against Carroll to seal that semifinal win the other night.
Emily Molinado. This is huge here. Puts them up by 4, does just that. A 4-point lead, 67-63, with 13 seconds left to be played. In the post game, we're going to have either Molinado. If they win, Coach Himmelberg, who knows, but we'll have somebody in the post game show, and then it's off to Billings for both these teams and 3 other Frontier Conference teams, and get out and support the final year of the NAIA Division I National Tournament in Billings. Next year, no Division I, no Division II. They go to just one division, the national tournament, 16 teams, and Mr. Mack doing his job, what he does best.
Yeah, 15-11 a month ago. And we're like, you're not going anywhere. And boy, they have been on a roll. They've won on the road. They've won at home. They've run against ranked teams. They've won games where they led or trailed by 15 at halftime. You got to give Coach Bill Himmelberg and Crystal Smith, his assistant, a lot of credit for bringing this Argo team back to life, and they're 13 seconds away from winning this championship. Although, with the way you advance the ball in women's college basketball, the Warriors are going to have it right here in front of their bench with an opportunity. The question will be, Rocky, do they go for 3 or do they try for 2 possessions and go for a lay-in?
You know,
here?
it's 2 possessions, so it doesn't matter a 3 or a 2. And you score, and if you don't get the steal on the inbounds, you foul right away. 13 seconds is an eternity. And it's going to be Souvenir on the inbounds. The buzzer goes off, and the official looks over. Inbounds, 3-pointer off the glass, no. Big offensive rebound, back out. Souvenir for 3, got a 1-point game. 6.9 left. Souvenir hits the 3. Just her 15th 3-pointer all season. How about that offensive rebound?
It was huge. I mean, they haven't had very many offensive rebounds all night. They finally got a big one, and not only did they get the rebound, but they had the putback from 3-point range, and a smart move by Bill Himmelberg to advance the ball so they don't have to go the full length of the court. They'll have it in front of their bench. So in the event of a steal, the Warriors will still have to go the length of the court.
Both teams in the bonus. If LC State does not get the steal right away, they'll foul. And then, 2 free throws, 3-point game, a lot of time left. LC State hits the 3. We're going into OT.
That 61-60 game here, the Argos missed a couple free throws late. Down came the Warriors. They got a basket and a foul. And then the Argos had the last look, and a running lay-in by Maldonado, although it was challenged, rolled off the rim at the buzzer, and Lewis Clark State won that game 61-60. Brian Orr did a great job in that game.
Brian Orr, his 629th game as the head coach here at LC State. He is the 6th winningest active women's college basketball coach in NAIA. So 6.9 on the big clock, 67-66. The lead is 1 for Providence. And Providence is putting players back in the backcourt, getting set on the inbounds. I was wondering what they were doing on this side of the court. 6.9 to go, 67-66. Providence out on top by 1. And Providence on the inbounds. Molinado has it. There's the foul. So 1 second off the clock, 5.9. Molinado the free throw line. Again, Providence has been simply outstanding. 15 of 16 from the free throw line. Molinado's been a perfect 4 for 4, 15 points in the game. And Randish with 15 points. Parker with 16. Bailey Cartwright with 13. It's been that way all season. So many different players contributing for the Argos. He hit 2 here. Game over. 5.9 to go. Emily. First shot is up. It's in. And her family enjoying her performance has been outstanding.
Keep in mind, Rocky, Lewis Clark State has no timeout, so they can't advance the ball. They have to go the length of the court, whether this makes or misses.
Well, I say with that basket, you lead by 3, you foul. Why give them an opportunity to tie the game? Send them the free throw line where they can only get 2, and Farmer's going to bring it up. And there's the shot for the tie. No. Nielsen missed the shot that would have tied the game, and Providence wins it 69-66. And what a storybook season for Providence. They won all 3 of their games in this Frontier Conference tournament on the road. In the quarterfinals back on Wednesday, they won at Rocky Mountain College 62-50. They won in the semis at Carroll. They win here in Lewiston, Idaho. Unbelievable.
We are Gen Z, the pivotal generation.
We are what's next.
And we're going to change the world.
Our generation could eradicate tobacco.
Big Tobacco is scared, so now they're trying to pivot too.
Pushing vaping, candy flavors, and sweet cigarillos.
Like we'll fall for that.
It's just a new spin on the same old lies.
Newsflash, we're not playing your game.
And you're not taking us for a ride.
Nope.
I'm out.
Hashtag same old spin.
At Wayland Tire, it's service first, quality always. Performance, pride, and passion. 3 things that define the rich legacy of BF Goodrich Tires and the lasting partnership that we've shared over the years. Like the ever-popular BF Goodrich KO2 tire and all the Advantage TA line of tires, stop in and talk to your local performance experts at Wayland Tire and get set up with the right type of tires from the company that invented performance, BF Goodrich.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck Month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Boy, what a season to remember for those young ladies. 2020 Frontier Conference champions. Providence 21-12. LC State heads to Billings, 21 wins and 9 losses, and they roll out the banner. They have the trophy. Frontier Conference Tournament champions, women's basketball, and wow, that's one amazing run.
Yeah, I think a month ago, only those women out there would have said, we have a chance to hoist this banner. They were probably about the only ones, and Coach Himmelberg and Coach Smith, that would have given them a chance. And boy, they ran the gamut of the Frontier Conference on the road.
How about going 17 of 18 from the free throw line as a team? Molinado with 17 points, Randish with 15 points, and 16 points for Parker, 13 for Bailey Cartwright. That is simply unbelievable. I mean, what an unbelievable run. And we're going to be joined by, we're going to take a timeout. Then we're going to come back and visit with the winning coach, Bill Himmelberg, back right after this.
P1FCU Champions for Change are members passionate about making our communities stronger. We are asking you to be a part of the change. Visit a P1FCU branch and donate to a Champions for Change nonprofit, and P1FCU will match it. Together, we can build a brighter tomorrow. To meet our Champions for Change, visit p1fcu.org/champions. P1FCU, it's your community and we're your credit union.
The 64th Annual Avista NAIA World Series Memorial Day Weekend. See ya in 2020. Come watch the top 10 NAIA teams battle for the championship title right here at Harris Field. Brought to you by Happy Day Restaurants, P1FCU, Joe Hall Ford, Guardian Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. For tickets and information, go to NAIAWorldSeries.com.
And we're back in Lewiston, Idaho. I'm joined by the victorious head coach at Providence, Bill Himmelberg, and he shared with us the last time Providence women won a Frontier Conference tournament, 1985. Coach, congratulations.
Well, thank you. The girls played well tonight. It gave us a little scare there at the end, but we took care of the basketball and finished it out, so that was nice to see.
17 of 18 as a team from the free throw line. That's simply outstanding.
Yeah, we talked about making sure we make our free throws when we got the opportunity, and Emily clutched down here at the end early in the season. She had a little issue here, and for her to be able to finish it here on this floor was big for her.
How big was that for Emily? She had a lot of family supporting her tonight, and she came up big with those 6 free throws at the end.
You know, I didn't expect anything less from her. She's a big-time player. We knew that when we got her, so she's an exciting player, and put the ball in her hands, and good things are going to happen.
Coach, it's amazing what you've accomplished. I mean, a month ago, you're 15 and 11.
Yeah.
And then you win. You're the number 5 seed in the Frontier Conference tournament. You win on the road in the quarterfinals. You win on the road in the semis, and you win on the road in the championship. Nobody does that. Bill, how's that possible?
Well, I don't know. I tell you, our girls believed the whole year that we were going to win the whole thing. We didn't come together and peak until the very end, but our girls never gave up. They worked hard in practice every day, and they believed we had an opportunity to do it. And so then we were just going to take it one possession at a time and try and do it. So I'm really proud of the kids.
Bill, what are you most proud about with this group of young ladies?
You know, we faced a little adversity early in the year, and I think our girls really came together, supported each other, and just proud of how our kids work and how they are as people, not just as basketball players.
A year ago, a Frontier Conference team won the national tournament. 5 Frontier Conference teams will be in the national tournament. Bill, somebody's got to win. Why not a Frontier Conference team? Why not Providence?
Exactly. Why not Providence? That's kind of been our statement, too. There's no reason it can't be us, and there's no reason our girls can't get out there and get it done. Right now, we're hot as anybody in the country, and, you know, I don't think anybody there is going to want to play us.
Well, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Providence wins on the road in the quarterfinals. They win on the road in the semis. They win on the road in the title game.
When traveling to Lewiston, Idaho for business or pleasure, come visit us downtown at the Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Spacious rooms appointed with great amenities such as refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, free Wi-Fi, and more. Start your day with our free hot breakfast as you discover all the great recreation and shopping that Lewiston has to offer. The Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Call us at 208-746-3311 or visit us at fairbridgeinns.com.
This town is fired up. We're gearing up for a new year. We're upbeat about our future and up to the challenge of making Great Falls the best it's ever been. And we're keeping up with past traditions at the University of Providence. If you're seeking a certificate program, bachelor's, or master's degree, we offer a growing list of campus-based and online courses of study based on a strong Catholic foundation. The University of Providence, Great Falls. New name, bolder vision.
The Warriors led by 5 into that first quarter. The two teams combined for almost 40 points in the second. A high-scoring game, and it's been a long, long time since Providence last won a women's conference title, 1985. But can you imagine winning all 3 on the road?
Well, they did what they really did all year long in the second quarter when they erased that deficit, Rocky. They hit threes. And when they hit threes, it allows them to open up their inside game for their 2 tall posts, Parker Essery and Bailey Cartwright. And, I mean, you can see it. They ended up making 8 3-point baskets. And boy, the free throws, 17 of 18.
Unbelievable. It's 95%. 8 3-pointers on the year. Rebounds were big. 30 rebounds for Providence, 24 for LC State. They had just 1 offensive rebound in that first half. You know, like I told Coach Bill, last year Montana Western won the national championship. You got 5 of the 32 teams from the Frontier Conference. Why not another Frontier Conference team take home the championship?
You said it in the fourth quarter. Somebody's got to win it. Somebody's got to win it. And so it could be Providence. It could be any of the 5, realistically. You get hot in Billings and you win 6 in a row or whatever it takes. I mean, who knows?
You got to win
Western
6 games in 7 days. Molinado is our player of the game. She had some big free throws, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. She had 17 points. What a drive here. She just throws it up off the glass and in. And Molinado, another great drive. And what was special is all those family members that were here to witness her big game from Sunnyside, Washington. And, you know, that is a special moment, Mike, for that young lady that she will never forget. Her family's never going to forget it. And Molinado was simply outstanding in this game tonight. So LC State wins the men's championship last night. Providence wins the women's. Billings, Kansas City, here they go.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be amazing. And they're both men and women for Providence are both going. And so we're going to have 4 teams from these 2 schools at the national tournament. And they could very well make some noise on both sides.
The men's tournament in Kansas City, the women's national tournament in Billings next week. For Mike Tatko, Rocky Erickson with the play-by-play of the Women's Frontier Conference Championship.
P1FCU Champions for Change are members passionate about making our communities stronger. We are asking you to be a part of the change. Visit a P1FCU branch and donate to a Champions for Change nonprofit, and P1FCU will match it. Together, we can build a brighter tomorrow. To meet our Champions for Change, visit p1fcu.org/champions. P1FCU, it's your community and we're your credit union.
The 64th Annual Avista NAIA World Series Memorial Day Weekend. See ya in 2020. Come watch the top 10 NAIA teams battle for the championship title right here at Harris Field. Brought to you by Happy Day Restaurants, P1FCU, Joe Hall Ford, Guardian Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, and St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. For tickets and information, go to NAIAWorldSeries.com. There is only one official credit union of the LCSC Warriors. Get your LC debit card and show your Warrior pride. P1FCU is proud to be a part of the Warrior Way. It's your community, and we are your credit union.
When traveling to Lewiston, Idaho for business or pleasure, come visit us downtown at the Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Spacious rooms appointed with great amenities such as refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, free Wi-Fi, and more. Start your day with our free hot breakfast as you discover all the great recreation and shopping that Lewiston has to offer. The Fairbridge Inn & Suites. Call us at 208-746-3311 or visit us at fairbridgeinns.com.